Welcome to another episode of the Indigenous Project. Right-wing vampires all across the world must be deeply bummed out that Ronald Reagan's blood auction was canceled due to complaints from his family and the general creepy feeling that the rest of us got seeing that this guy's blood was up for auction. Why would you want that? Do you want to start a creepy museum full of body remains? I don't know. The only way you can have a museum with body parts in it and have it not be creepy is to call it the Ancient Egypt exhibit. For some reason, that's okay to see desiccated human remains as long as they're called mummies. I just want to see that episode of American Pickers where they just stumble on some dude's house and, I have a vial of Ronald Reagan's blood. I got it. My uncle used to work at a, what's the word for the people that look at blood? All right. Bloodologists. Saw the documentary Forks Over Knives on Netflix Instant Watch recently, and that only reinforced my decision to start my 4-square garden. Here's an updated picture, day 11 of the garden, looking good. So anyway, the show reinforced it. It talks about how bad foods are bad for you and good foods are good for you. And so this last weekend I celebrated by eating a cinnamon roll, and then Sunday I had a Butterfinger mocha iced coffee. So obviously it's easier to say this than to actually do it. I'm kind of failing miserably, but then my garden just started, so it's not like I can go and pick the stuff yet. I'm trying to give up meat for dinners. That's my big step. I'll still eat meat during lunches, but tone it down in dinner time. I think that'll be good for me. And the other day I watched a Philip DeFranco episode, and he mentioned that he's trying to eat better. He's in the same boat. This story's got me geeking out. Kathy Hutchinson of Chicago is paralyzed, and she used a robotic arm to give herself a sip of coffee using only her thoughts controlling the arm. This is exciting because frickin' RoboCop is soon to follow with this baby, or at least RoboMall security guard, something like that. I want to use this. I want this technology now, so I can channel surf. I don't want to use a remote control. I just want to sit there and think and make channels change for me. No, no, yes, no, yes, commercial, no, yes, and just do that. But then you think about it. I have my baby's mama right over here and my daughter right over here. Their thoughts are going, no, yo gabba gabba. Telenovelas, That's the future, people. Telekinetic brain wars. And it's my solemn swear to you all that I will use my protruding forehead for the forces of good. Speaking of robots, my friend Aaron Yazzie, who works at the Jet Propulsion Labs, will be there for their open house June 9th and 10th in Pasadena, California, riding a robot. And let's hope the robot doesn't become self-aware and throw him off. That would suck. But here's the real tragedy of this. I will be out of town that weekend, and I'm going to miss out. All that NASA good times. So anyway, I'll be up and doing some shows in the Northwest. I guess I can't complain too much about that. But still, why do these things have to conflict every time? I took the suggestion of Netflix since I did watch the Ken Burns jazz documentary. They recommended this other documentary about jazz called Chops. And I was amazed by this puppy. It was fantastic. It follows primarily a high school jazz ensemble in Florida. And this to me gave us a meaningful look into the world of hardcore high school nerdy competitions. Just like Spellbound, another excellent documentary. Maybe not so uber nerdy this time, but it was great to see the musically gifted young folks pour their hearts and souls into their crafts. This all revolved around the essentially Ellington High School jazz band competition, and just like any youth academic competition, I could feel my heart race just watching this. The spelling bees, chess tournaments, academic decathlon, maybe you were a mathlete. I applied my trade at the National Junior Classical League conventions. Man, I miss those days. The stress, the intensity, and yes, the glory of it all. In other news, the United States is apparently hacking Al-Qaeda websites, replacing recruiting ads with ads showing the human cost of terrorist attacks. I'm picturing some computer hackers wearing Captain America underoos. Good job, computer hackers. Way to defend our country. Yay. In other news coming out of our nation's capital, Congress has been grilling the Secret Service about hiring hookers in Colombia. The Secret Service have responded that this is not their thing, this is not their culture, this was a minor slip-up. I don't know exactly what culture it is that you hire hookers. That's our thing. It's our culture. I'm not buying it. I think it is part of the culture. After all, they are based in Washington, D.C. That's pretty much the place where giving up the goods to the highest bidder is a way of life. If only the sex trade was the only sort of corruption that happened in D.C., we'd all be in better shape. Heck, if anything, the Secret Service should be commended. Well done. Well done. Hey folks, only a few more days to the Hatfields and the McCoys miniseries that's coming up on the History Channel starting up next Monday. And it doesn't get any more Americana than that. Ironically, it was not filmed in Appalachia, it was filmed in Romania. But still, this is an American thing to do. It stars Kevin Costner, and say what you want, and I actually did want to be really obnoxious here. But let's pull back, let's stop and look at the career this guy's actually had. He was in No Way Out, Bull Durham, The Untouchables, and Field of Dreams. Not bad. Sure, it's been a while since he's had a big hit, but at least he's not Mel Gibson. Having said that, this is going to be a great look into just one of the negative aspects of human behavior, the feud. And who hasn't had feuds in their lives or seen feuds affect people and just tear things apart and have it evolve into something that carries on generation to generation? Maybe this show will help us get past that. Maybe we can get this show broadcast in the Middle East and everyone will see the light and the conflicts will die down there. Yeah, probably not. Maybe I should just move on to the next topic. And that was the final topic. So great way to end that one up. Well, thanks again for watching another episode of the Indigener Project. Just want to give you an update. I got some shows coming up. May 31st, I'll be at Stanford University in the San Francisco Bay Area. Shows at 6:30 p.m. in the Old Skill Union Native American Cultural Center. On June 7th, I'll be in Warm Springs doing a fundraiser there. And June 8th, I'll be in Portland, Oregon at the Jubit's Truck Stop. And on June 9th, I'll be at the Toppenish Eagles Club performing with my good buddies Gilbert Brown and Shoshonia with Another Indian Uprising. So check out our website, anotherindianuprising.com, for more details about that. If you want to follow up on some of the things I've talked about in here, I have some links down below in the description of this video for you to click on. Have a good weekend, everybody.